Alright, here we are again. We are checking out the X-Men Interactive CD-ROM comic book. So we've played a few similar to this one, but I think this is actually based off a real comic book and not like a Fox TV series like the last couple we've done. What's the intro involve?
Hi, heroes.
Hey!
Fasten your seatbelts, because Mighty Marvel is about to take you to a new dimension. It's
This
the
is just me,
exciting,
it was like,
interactive dimension.
like,
where
I've
you'll
seen a
find
lot of
your
Stan Lee,
favorite
and he's
Marvel
just
heroes
always
and villains
been old.
on CD. Right before your eyes, we're about to turn your computer into a fantastic on-screen comic book, which will give you more than 80 pages of dazzling
pages, you say?
superhero action. Just look at all you're going to get.
Yeah,
Your
but it's
favorite
X-Men
Marvel
though, mate. The
thrillers
only good X-Men's
with all new
Wolverine.
computer-enhanced coloring, plus extra
Colossus is
backstory
okay
pages
too, I suppose.
that weren't included in the
most
original
three-dimensional character, though.
Special panels offering exciting clips from Marvel's top-rated TV animated shows.
Oh,
with
okay, so there is
fantastic
actual clips
interactive
from
sound
the
effects
X-Men TV
just for
series.
you.
Cool. No,
And
that's good
would
enough.
you believe
I like that.
your own favorite superheroes will personally accompany you through each and every story? How can we give you so much?
If I press
so
this
fast,
button, does
so
it kill Stan
generously?
Lee?
Hey, that's why our name is Marvel.
Yep.
How lucky can you be? You're about to see and hear one of Marvel's greatest stories as an all-new team of superpowered X-Men wage the
I kind
battle
of
of
wish
their
this actually
lives
was the
in a
90s.
tale that'll boggle your mind. For
Stan,
the
leave me
first
heaps of money and
time
you will.
ever, Wolverine, Storm, Nightcrawler, Colossus, Banshee, Sunfire, and Proudstar.
Dial it back, Stan. Jesus Christ. Anyway. So what's trivia involved? Why was Nightcrawler being chased by angry villagers? Oh, you have to actually read the comic to get these ones. Alright, well, let's read the comic then.
Marvel Comics presents the new X-Men in Second Genesis, featuring Wolverine, Storm, Thunderbird, Colossus, Banshee, Nightcrawler, and Sunfire.
Okay, so that actually sounds like the guy who voiced Wolverine in the 90s comic. And they couldn't even fit the whole page on one thing. You gotta, like, scroll up and down. Okay. Well, it's definitely been approved by the Hays Code, so there's no naughty stuff in this one, thankfully. Okay.
Winseldorf,
Oh,
Germany.
it's gonna narrate the whole
A
thing.
tiny
Okay.
town turned upside down by the appearance of a most unique individual. The blue-skinned mutant Nightcrawler. His outward visage throws the villagers into a panic. They believe him to be a monster. Cornered on a rooftop, Nightcrawler finds himself with no way out.
Okay, so do we get any, like, interactive things? No. Do I have to read all this out? Okay. Alright, yep, great, they're chasing Nightcrawler. I actually had to look up, I totally blanked on what Nightcrawler's actual name was. Because I knew that, like, his human name, it's, Kurt Wagner. But, hang on, do we get any audio on these? Oh, do I have to, like, click something else? No, there's, like, a little... Maybe if I zoom in and then click on this thing? No. Zoom out. Zoom. Okay, no, that's weird. Because usually these, like, play for you if you click on them. Maybe if I right click. Oh, you double click. Okay. And it's just got actual clips from X-Men. Which we can't watch too much of, because they will get content ID'd for YouTube. Right. Hello, Carl. Okay. Yeah, no one was a big fan of old Nightcrawler, unfortunately. Yeah, everyone assumed. Yeah, he looked like a devil. What are they doing?
The realization that the terrified villagers would burn down the entire village to destroy him compels Nightcrawler into desperate action. With no alternative, he dives into the throng, fists flying. Eventually, he is overcome by sheer numbers, and the villagers cry for a stake.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd cry for steak too. I've been hanging for steak. Haven't had one for months. But no, I imagine this wouldn't have sold very well because I would say this would have cost like $60, 90s money, and it just seems silly considering you can get the actual comic book for like $5. And yeah, if you want to put your own sound effects in, just buy like a sound effects CD or something. Yeah, I was kind of hoping. Yeah, I imagine they wouldn't have fit like the whole narration thing in there, but yeah, Nightcrawler's not doing well. Like by an angry mob. Oh, they're gonna stake him.
Thirsty town people prepare to drive a stake into the heart of Nightcrawler. A single commanding voice rings out in their minds, paralyzing them. The source of this mental command is Professor Xavier. He's looking for mutants, he says, and he wants Nightcrawler to join him. With nothing to lose, the young mutant agrees.
Just gonna touch Nightcrawler's butt there a little. Yeah. Maybe I should apply for the role of Charles Xavier. I sit on my ass a lot and I'm bald. That's all you need, isn't it? Don't need to act. Yeah, okay. So he's just recruited Nightcrawler. He's from a staking predicament.
In a military installation in Quebec, Canada, Professor Xavier waits for the appearance of the man codenamed Weapon X. When the feisty agent arrives, Xavier reveals that he knows of his recent battle with the Hulk, and that he is a mutant. The professor, it seems, has a desperate need of mutants.
Yeah. Like, yeah, that's kind of the point of having the special school for mutants. You train them, you educate, you clothe and feed them, you train them up, and then you send them out on dangerous missions. That's usually how that works. Yeah, yep. And I keep blanking on the fact that Wolverine is Canadian. Oh, and this is apparently a point when Wolverine meets Charles Xavier.
The Incredible Hulk in, and now
that's a nice thing.
The Wolverine.
So that was, because you always got that little footnote in the comics to say this happened in this specific issue way back when. Go and buy it. Give us some more money. How do I go back, though? Do I zoom out? No, it just zooms out. Oh, no, you can actually
Quebec,
read
Canada,
the comic in the comic.
A battle rages between the Hulk and the beast called Wendigo. Into this
Yeah, shut up, you. Right, no, go back to this. Yeah, I have native mutants, as he always does.
Weapon X is intrigued by the possibility of leaving government service behind. He agrees to join Professor Xavier's band of mutants. When a Canadian official protests, Wolverine's deadly claws make it clear that his resignation is effective immediately.
Alright, yes. I'm resigning my commission effective immediately. Just fucking cut open your superior officer. Oh, he just cut his tie off. Just made it look more exciting. Yeah, there you go. That is certainly a snicked sound. I'm cautiously optimistic about Deadpool 3. I didn't like 2 as much as 1.
Where he recruits old acquaintance
they got the right idea
at the Grand Ole Opry.
Hugh Jackman.
Later,
and getting him in the actual
east in Kenya,
yellow and
tribesmen
costume.
pray to Aurora, the goddess of the storm. In a flash of lightning, the goddess arrives and agrees to bring rain to the tribe's crops.
Okay, I'm just reading along on the text now. I have no idea who this is, but apparently they're in Nashville, Tennessee, and I know nothing. Alright, no, we'll go by us, because I have no idea who Banshee is, or why he's so Irish. Banshee. Sure and Begor, I am an X-Men now. Potato. My name's Sean Cassidy, 6 foot. Banshee has the ability to produce a sonic stream which can propel him through the air, shatter solid objects, cause human beings to fall temporarily unconscious. You can break a wall, but you can't kill someone with it? Yeah, righto, mate, sure. Oh, yeah. I think I have to fucking really shield the fact that he's Irish, isn't it? Yeah, that was like I totally blanked on the fact that that was a thing in X-Men. It's everyone was very diverse. They certainly were.
The X-Men in
Oh, do we have to
The
read
Wail of the
another comic?
Banshee.
It's called...
The usual noises of morning in New York are suddenly eclipsed by a piercing high.
Oh god, we just get more of the X-Men voice actor, aren't we? Oh, the Wolverine voice actor. Aurora's up to something. Hollow peal of thunder and the moan of lonely winds the storm goddess comes. Yeah, I'm also not doing Aurora's voice. It's racially insensitive nowadays, kids. Not doing that. Alright, next.
Howling winds
good old
carry the
time up in
goddess
the storm.
Aurora into the African skies, where she is at home among the elements. Soon the raging sky rains
So how the hell
down
is
upon
Charles
the
Xavier
croplands
getting
below,
through like the
and
middle
Aurora
of Africa,
lands
like
to
a
find
place
not only
known
joyful
for like
tribespeople,
not having
but also
roads? Just fucking shuffling his way up in his bloody wheelchair.
piercing
And
the
you can
veil
see
of
it's an
fantasy
actual
inherent in
wheelchair too,
Aurora's
not
life
that
in
like
Africa.
fancy hovering
Professor
one he had in
Xavier
the
offers her
cartoon.
a chance to come into a different world. Sensing the sincerity in his words, she accepts. Professor Xavier's travels next take him on to Japan, where he recruits the powerful mutant known as Sunfire, and then onto a farming collective in Siberia.
I also know nothing about Sunfire. Let's look up Sunfire. Shiro Yoshida has the ability to project blasts of solar fire and to fly by riding superheated air currents. Okay. Well, it makes sense. Yeah, you gotta have a few flyers. And yeah, there's definitely plenty of... I'm just thinking of like the DC equivalent. So Banshee would be, you know, Black Canary, but not being... yeah, Black Canary, but can fly, and Sunfire is just Starfire. Yeah, can see that. So where are they going next? Siberia?
When a runaway
Colossus is
tractor
out on the farm.
threatens a small child playing in its path, simple farmer Peter Rasputin undergoes a startling transformation. With a crackling release of energy, the young man becomes an armored colossus, unflinchingly positioning himself between the child and the tractor.
I'll save his small child. Like, I could have gotten out of the way as well, but no, it's cooler if I just take the brunt of this tractor.
A hurtling tractor collides with the armored form of Peter Rasputin and is demolished, leaving the young man and the girl he protects unharmed. As the dust clears, Peter is approached by Professor Xavier, who offers him a chance to use his abilities for the good of all the world. The young man can hardly refuse, and soon bids his
Parents are
family
like, no, that's
and
fine.
friends
Just go off to America
goodbye.
and do dangerous missions. It's all right. We can buy another tractor.
Arizona, on an Apache reservation, John Proudstar chases a fleet bison across the desert as he dreams of the time when his people were proud warriors. With a superhuman effort, Proudstar wrestles the bison to the ground, satisfied that there is still a man among the Apache.
Yeah, okay. Do we know anything about... His name is Thunderbird. Okay, yeah. Superhuman speed, strength, and endurance. Yeah, righto. Okay. Yeah, I had to look up these ones. There's a couple more that I don't know of, but we'll get to them eventually.
John Proudstar is startled to find Professor Xavier sitting behind him in the middle of the Arizona desert.
I haven't actually seen
Xavier
any more,
reveals to
video clips
Proudstar
in any
that
of
he is a
these.
mutant and offers him a chance to join him. The hot-tempered Apache refuses, but is soon shamed into joining Xavier, who secretly wonders if his new X-Men will be equal to the task that
Oh, that's
lies
how
ahead
it gets
for
him
them.
into it? It's like, hey, all Apaches are bitches. What did you say? Well, I'm coming with you.
Chapter 2. And then there was one.
Oh god, yeah,
Professor
I can see
Xavier's
why they
School for
changed the
Gifted
costumes for
Youngsters
the
in
modern
Westchester,
movies.
New
Like, look
York.
at this.
A new team of X-Men assemble for the first time. Each
Yeah,
has telepathically
this
learned
look like a
English
gay
and been given a
pride parade, isn't
costume
it?
fashioned from amazing
Oh, we get some extra music for that one. Oh no! Oh god damn it! It's gone right back to the first issue of X-Men. Okay. Oh, no, they really took on, like, Magneto first go. And it suspiciously looks like they're using, like, metal implements to take on Magneto. Yeah, righto. Yeah.
Among the new X-Men, Sunfire is the most impatient to learn why they have been brought together. The one man who can best answer that question finally arrives. Scott Summers, better known as Cyclops. The crisis, he reveals, is a dire one. The X-Men have disappeared.
Yeah, right. Are we going to get the sound of a door opening? Yep, yeah, it's the sound of a door opening. Okay. You've been called here because the X-Men have disappeared. Okay. They're all my closest friends, except for, like, Logan. Fucking hate Logan trying to keep
Angel,
trying to steal my
Iceman,
missus.
Marvel Girl, Lorna Dane, Havoc, and Cyclops were present when Professor Xavier's cerebral mutant detector registered a potent new signal on the island of
Is that
Krakoa
all
in the South
Cerebro
Pacific.
does? Just detect
The
mutants.
professor dispatched the X-Men in their
Okay.
stratojet to investigate.
Also, what's up with this guy's thing? He's got, like, I don't know who that is, but he looks weird.
The island of Krakoa, source of a powerful new mutant presence, seemed benign to the arriving
Oh, yeah,
X-Men.
you have to actually
But
explain
they
to the
didn't get
kids what
far from their
VTOL jets are.
stratojet before running into trouble. Cyclops admits he never even saw what hit him before blacking out.
Yeah, okay. Behind us, look. Everybody scatter. Get moving before we... Oh, I didn't even see what hit him. Just a big green explosion. Okay.
After the attack on Krakoa, Cyclops awoke alone and disoriented. To his shock, he was back on the stratojet. His visor was gone, as were his optic blasts. Autopilot brought him back to Professor Xavier's school,
Standard
where he
comic
admitted to the
book story.
professor that he
Superhero
had
gets
no
deep
idea of the fate of his fellow X-Men.
So isn't that kind of like a win for Cyclops though? Because that was the whole point. Like he couldn't open his eyes. Can he still see? No, it looks like he's trying to fly the jet. He can still see. Like the fuck, I'd be going. Oh yeah, okay with that.
Cyclops'
Yeah,
missing
don't
optic
have to,
blast
like, blow
suddenly
people up
returned,
with my optic
blasting
blast.
out
I
of
can just
control
live a normal
until
life.
Professor Xavier
Fantastic.
managed to fashion an improved visor to contain them. While Cyclops trained, the professor decided to assemble a new team of mutants to go back to Krakoa and find the villainous mutant that
Yeah, I
defeated
kind
his
of wonder
X-Men.
if, like, how many times, like, old Professor X has done that. It's like, oh, we lost the last team of X-Men. We need another
With
group
the
of
purpose of the
X-Men
new
to
X-Men
find them.
finally revealed, Sunfire angrily asserts that he will not risk his life to save his fellow mutants. So, the stratojet races skyward with one empty seat. But soon Sunfire rejoins the group for his own inscrutable reasons. Together again, the new X-Men prepare for battle.
Yeah, okay. Also, racist, having the Japanese guy, like, looking like he's going to karate chop someone. Racist.
Chapter 3,
Yeah,
Assault
we're playing for this
Force.
bloody book, though.
Now called by their code names.
Also, why
the
is
new
all the
X-Men,
artwork of Storm look
Storm,
like she's an elf?
Colossus, Banshee, Wolverine, Sunfire,
I can't believe people got
Nightcrawler,
paid
and
to, like,
Thunderbird
draw
drop
comic
down to
books.
the island of
Yeah.
Krakoa,
Used to
ready
be
to
pretty shit
face
in the
its
90s.
mutant
Like, yeah, they had to
menace.
crank them out like once every couple of weeks, but still.
With the team safely on the ground, Cyclops and Thunderbird land in the stratojet. All seems quiet as they step
Yeah,
out
what's,
into
what's
the jungle.
the point of saving
But when
Colossus? He can
Cyclops
just go
turns to
armored
get
and
something
fucking
from the jet,
embed
he
himself
is
in the
shocked
ground.
to see that it has
He'll be
completely
fine.
disappeared.
Yeah, no, I'm just... Look at that ambient noise in. They didn't even refer to a sound effect CD. They just stuck a microphone outside in wherever they were living at home. Sure. Alright, how much more of this have we got? Oh, it's only like 35 pages. Sorry, we are kind of pushing through it a little.
The mysteries of the island of Krakoa deepen. As
no, the
quickly as the
creepy
X-Men's
vines.
stratojet disappeared, So too has a
Oh, is
stone
that
temple appeared in the distance.
orbital
As
defense
Cyclops
cannon
and
thing
Thunderbird
from
go to
Subnautica?
investigate, they are attacked by a plant with
They
deadly
know-
strangler vines.
After
Putting their
aliens?
powers
oh, no,
to
it's an
good
actual,
use,
like, temple of
they
some
defeat
sort.
the
Okay.
plant and reach the temple unscathed.
Hang on, wasn't he depowered? I don't know. This is essentially how I read all my comic books. It's just kind of like, yep.
Making
yep.
their way through
Next
the
one.
underbrush,
Yep.
Wolverine and Banshee come face to face with giant
Oh, not the
killer
giant
crabs.
enemy crabs.
While the
Oh,
crab's
no.
claws are deadly, Wolverine's prove deadlier still. No less effective is Banshee's sonic scream.
Sprax.
Soon
I
the
actually
duo
do
meet their
love comic book
comrades near the stone
onomatopoeia, though.
temple.
Always interesting. Yeah, because I'll be honest, I don't know a hell of a lot about Marvel Comics. Most of where I got my trivia from was playing the Ultimate Alliance games
On their
back in the
way to the
PS2 era.
island stone temple,
PS2, PS3.
Storm and Colossus face a
I know there's a
peculiar
third one,
kind
but I'm
of
not paying
avalanche.
$105 for
One
it.
that
'cause
changes
apparently it's
directions
Switch
to follow
exclusive.
its victims. Using a tree trunk as a bat,
But they were fun,
Colossus
mainly just
scatters
'cause
the
you
rocks,
could- they
and
were
Storm
co-op and
sweeps
you
them
could
out
play
to
with
sea
your mates.
with the winds at her command. They reach the temple in no time.
Oh yeah, better touch Storm's bum too. That's a good bum. That's a pretty good bum. Oh, if for the sake of gender equality, I'll just touch his bicep too. There we go. Sorted. And just yeah, just gonna kill some eagles. The birdemic's happening. Okay. Yep. And oh, good. Yep. You gotta. Yeah, for every superhero you've got, for every X-Men you've got in the comic, you got to show off the pair at least once. Like you know, Nightcrawler doesn't do much, but he can teleport at least once per issue. Yeah, fair enough. Okay.
Gathered at the gates of the mysterious
Quadroon,
ruined
apparently.
temple of
Okay.
Krakoa, the new X-Men search for a way past the massive stone door. Finally realizing the direct approach is best, they shatter the portal with pure brute
Wait for him to
force.
finish. I'll read this bit.
None of them is prepared for the terrible sight which meets them on the other side. It is the original X-Men, and something appears to be feeding on them.
Ooh. The lesson is entitled Breaking and Entering, and although the neophyte X-Men lack the finesse of their predecessors, they certainly get an A for effort. Oh my dear lord. Okay, something seems to be feeding on them. Were these the original X-Men? These all look like just like, the B tier, like other X-Men as well.
As the horrified X-Men pull their counterparts free, the temple begins to shake apart. Outside, a slowly recovering Angel exclaims that Cyclops shouldn't have come back for them. There isn't a mutant on the island. The mutant is the island.
Ah. Dun, dun, dun. Ooh, big cool little Cthulhu monster. Oh yeah, that's Angel. Yeah, I forgot that's not much of a superpower, is it? Just big angel wings. Which wouldn't work, because you need tail feathers to fucking steer when you're flying.
Chapter 4.
That's kind of
Krakoa,
cool.
the island that walks like a
I
man.
guess that's where all the artistic effort
Looming
went
before
into
the startled
this issue,
mutants is
destroying this guy.
Krakoa, a living island. Images of Krakoa's birth in the atomic fire of a nuclear test fill
Hang on,
their
I'm sorry,
minds.
so it's only
as
part of
does
the
the
island,
hunger
it's
of
not the whole
Krakoa,
island?
who needs mutants to feed on.
Okay. Yeah, fair enough.
Having revealed its plan to use Cyclops and Professor Xavier to bring him more mutants to feed on, Krakoa lashes out at the assembled X-Men with beams of pure energy from his eyes. Scattering, the
Zoom
X-Men
on
each
it.
try to injure
Oh,
them.
that's as far as I can zoom in, though. Oh, that's that fucking action pose, though. Oh, yeah. It's doing some zappies. Everyone's having a crack. Yep. Of course, Storm's going to take care of it. She's OP as shit.
A mutant battle royal rages.
That's the
as
only
two
thing
groups
that
of
annoyed me
X-Men
about
concentrate
the
the full
Marvel
fury
games,
of their
like Thor and
powers
Storm
on the
were OP
rampaging
just 'cause
island of
like,
Krakoa.
lightning
In the
powers.
heat of battle, a new combatant enters the fray. Professor Xavier telepathically communicates his plan of attack to Cyclops, and then lashes out at Krakoa with all the power of his amazing mutant mind.
Ah, okay.
The battle seethes all around the island of Krakoa. While Professor Xavier keeps the island's intellect busy, Storm summons the electrical energy of the elements and transmits that power to Lorna Dane. As prodigious amounts of current flow through the young woman, Havoc and Cyclops fear it may be too much for her.
Yeah, okay. Oh, she has magnetic powers. Hang on, where's Lorna Dane? Oh, I guess she's... Yeah. Manipulate magnetic field. Doesn't fucking Magneto do that? Lots of redundant powers in the X-Men too, isn't there? Yeah, I have to kind of work out who the fuck this guy is. I have no idea. Where's the stupid hat? Where's that stupid headgear he's got? Not Iceman. Is it Havoc? No, it's not Havoc. No, hang on. Who else is on there? We saw Storm. There's no other pages, though. It's not Iceman. No, we saw Iceman before, yeah. No, we all know what Iceman does. Yeah, and fucking no idea who this guy is. Okay.
Even as the X-Men marshal great energies, Krakoa is revitalized by the rain that Storm's tempest has whipped up. The mass mutant mind becomes too much for Professor Xavier, who has to break his mental lock. Meanwhile, Lorna Dane is lost in a tower of sheer magnetic power, into which Cyclops, Storm, and Havoc add their energies in a sudden blast.
Yeah, no, I love... yeah, no, if anything, this is making me want to play Marvel Ultimate Alliance again. Because I love too, you get, like, team attacks. So, like, Cyclops would shoot the beams at thing, or it would be Iron Man with his things, and Wolverine would redirect them. There were some cool ones.
The combined power
and
of Storm, Cyclops, and Havoc is added to the magnetic might of Lorna Dane, which erupts downward into the very molten center of the Earth.
Guys.
Krakoa is staggered by the effects of the X-Men's attack, and while he reels, both teams flee the island aboard a frozen raft created by Iceman.
Oh wow, that's certainly... Oh, they do... that blast was so powerful, it, like... broke through the Earth's crust, through 5 miles of ocean. Yeah, righto.
The X-Men power their fragile life raft away from the island of Krakoa as fast as possible. Behind them, the results of Lorna Dane's energy boat become fully apparent at last. The very magnetic field of the planet has been severed, and gravity around the island ceases to exist, hurling Krakoa into space.
Really? Oh, what's the sound of an island getting flung into space? It's just like Wile E. Coyote going off a cliff, but just slowed down. That's terrible.
Into the whirlpool, caused by the sudden departure of Krakoa, tumbles the covered raft sheltering the X-Men. Eventually, the seething waters become calm, and the mutants emerge to find their airtight stratojet has survived the cataclysm as well. In no time, the mutants are winging their way home, left with just one question. What to do with 13 X-Men?
Well, the answer's obvious. You'll have like a weird orgy with your powers. I thought that's what you got up to normally. Yep, and off they fly. Wow. And that's the craziest thing as well. Like, the movies that they're spending like hundreds of millions of dollars on nowadays are somehow worse than this. It boggles the mind, doesn't it? God, whoever's in charge of Stan Lee's estate is just fucking rolling in it. Wow. Well, that was terrible.
I'm watching Death Sandals video, by the way. That's who the person is. So if you want to watch a full playthrough, Death Sandals,